Friends, salutations, welcome you all. By now, you might have understood that our effort, struggle to study Shastra itself is a great sadhana endeavor. Keep on doing, the habit of studying Shastra develops. Then, little more concentration, ichha, not only the study of Shastras through Shravana and Adhyana, but we also start understanding what is said in the Shastras, meant by the Shastras. That conscious effort to understand what is said in Shastras is higher tapasya. Then, understanding the glory of the goal and the necessity of the means to reach that goal, said in the Shastra, is a little higher tapasya. The bigger two tapasyas come now. One, keeping away all other wants or desires, wanting only what is said in Shastra, namely the truth alone. Keeping away all other desires, desiring only the truth is the most difficult but most essential tapasya. Once this is achieved, then the actual doing the sadhanas, as we have already understood through the Shastras, through the satsangs. Coming to this level is coming on to the highway. Once we hit the highway, then less are the obstacles. Even if they are there, they are surmountable because the important obstacles of wanting the world and not wanting the Paramatma, we have conquered. Friends, welcome. Through all these our endeavors, this way, the Shastrokta Paramatma Tattva should become our Lakshya and we may be very clear about the sadhanas. Tadatmani nirate ye Upanishadsu dharma te mahi santo te mahi santo. Now we are into the study of Chandogya Upanishad, Prathamodhyayaha, Ditiyaha Khandaha. In the first Khanda we saw the Mahima of the Omkar. Before that itself, the introduction was Omkara Udgita Upasana should be done. Don't miss out this very first of the thought. Om iti etadaksharam udgitam upasita. That aksharam, which is udgita, of that the upasana should be done. Upasita should be done. That was the first instruction. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are the glories and mahimas of this Udgita. Then how we are told? First we are told how to do the Udgita Upasana, in which definitely we fail. Then we will be told how to do Udgita Upasana, in which definitely we succeed. And in succeeding in doing the Udgita Upasana, when we succeed in doing the Udgita Upasana, it will give its most glorious, beautiful results. And examples are given. The Angirasaha, the Brahaspatihi, and all the 1, 2, 3, 4 examples are given. The Ayasya, they are all rishis who have done this Udgita Upasana and got blessed. So that is how in this second chapter, these are the themes. First theme is Om Upasana should be done. Second is why the Om Upasana should be done. That means the glory of Om. Third, which Upasana of the Om will give limited success but not complete. Fourth, which Upasana will be successful in doing. Fifth, what are its results. Sixth one, who are the ones, as an example we can see, who have done the Udgita Upasana and are blessed. 6 themes. In that, We have seen uh, the first one, Om Upasana should be done and its Mahima. In the second Khanda, now we are seeing how when we do the Om Upasana as a practice in the beginning, it's a good practice, though it gives a failure finally because of the powerful Asura Shaktis which are definitely there in this world. Correct? Now, yesterday we saw the Nasikya Upasana, Sthita Udgita Upasana, then also the Chakshuhu Udgita Upasana. Today we'll have to do the Shrotra Udgita Upasana, thereafter Mana Udgita Upasana. Thereafter we enter into the Prana Udgita Upasana. Hope you are tuning to the discussion that's happening. Looks to be little boring, little heavy, as if not required in today's world, but they're all very superficial conclusions, immature conclusions. When we deeply enter into the study of any Upanishads, this one too, you can see that this knowledge is most beautiful and important, highest, and this sadhana and the goal are most they are relevant as well as urgent. May we enter now with all Shraddha into this study with our Shanti Guru Parampara Mantra Shloka Ucharana, then our Sankalpa, then our Upanishad Mantra, Parayanam, then this study. Right, friends? Here we are. Om. 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। उपनिषद शांति मंत्र। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते। ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते। ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तो। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, after chanting our prayers, extending our salutations, invocations, let us spend 3 minutes in rendering our Upanishadic mantras, after which we start our study. Yesterday we have seen up to 7th mantra. Can we chant from the 8th one today? Om. 7th onwards, let us chant. Om. I am doing the 7th one. Om Ataha Yaha Eva Ayam Mukhya Pranaha Tam Udgitam Chakrire Tagamha Asuraha Rutva Vidadvam Suhu Yatha Ashmanam Akadam Rutva Vidvagam Seta Evam Yatha Ashmanam Akadam Rutva Vidvagam Sate Evagam Eva Saha Vidvagam Sate यह एवं विधि पापं कामयते यश्च एनमभिदासति स एषा अस्माकणः नैवैतेन सुरभि न दुर्गन्धि विजानाति अपहत पाप्मा हि एषः तेन यदश्नाति यत्पिबति तेन इतरान् प्राणान् अवते एतमु एव अन्ततः अवित्वा उत्क्रामति व्याददाति एव अन्ततः इति। तगम्ह अंगिराः उद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रे एतमु एव अंगिरसं मन्यन्ते अंगानां यद्रसः तेन तगम्ह बृहस्पतिरुद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रे एतमु एव बृहस्पतिं मन्यन्ते वाग्हि बृहति तस्या एषः पतिः तेन तगम्ह अयास्य उद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रे एतमु एव अयास्यं मन्यन्ते अस्याद्यद् अयते तेन तगम्ह बकः दाल्भ्यः विदाञ्चकार सः नैमिषीयानाम् उद्गाता बभूव सः स्म एभ्यः कामान् गायति आगायति आगाताः वै कामानां भवति एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते इति अध्यात्मम्। इति द्वितीयः खण्डः प्रथमोऽध्याये. Done? Now, hope we are following the subject, which is very beautifully given by Shruti Mata, the scripture, and then so nicely explained to us by Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankara. So, the topic point one is the Devatas started doing Udgita Upasana. Why? They want to overpower Asuras. So, it is in the outer world continuously happening, it is in the inner world continuously happening, and in the inner world we have to consciously, subjectively, while empowering the devatas, we have to keep on defeating the asuras, the demons. The devatas, who are they? The Shastra Udbhasita Indriya Pravruttayaha. Indriya Vruttayaha Pravruttayaha. Who are the asuras? Ashastriya Indriya Vruttayaha. Tamogunatmika Indriya Vruttayaha. Ahankaratmika Indriya Vruttayaha. And the most important thing is Asusuramante iti Asuraha Indriya Vruttaya. If these main things are understood, then in the second chapter, what is the subject taught, what is the problem diagnosis, what is the sadhana or solution, all of them we will be able to understand. Right? Then the first one, the Devata started doing Nasikya Prana Udgita Upasana. To some extent they did till the Asuras came to know that these Devas are doing the Upasana to defeat us. So let us defeat their Upasana. So what they did, that they have polluted this Nasikya Prana. That is the meaning of the Asuras hitting the Nasikya Prana with the Papa. So, hitting means samsargam kriyate, influenced by, affected by, polluted by, diluted by, impurified, etc. by. That is the meaning of hitting. So, viddhaha is, viddhaha means hitting. So, the asuras hitting is this the meaning. Impurifying, affecting, polluting, weakening, derailing, distracting, etc. With what the asuras did the with Vedhanam? They did Vedhanam with a Papa. Papmana Vividuhu. Okay, don't remember this. Don't forget this. Papmana Vividuhu. Don't forget. What is the Papa? They are the two things first said. The Papa is the Adharma, then Asanga. Adharma and Asanga. In Adharma, there is one thing. In Asanga, there are two things. Okay. In Adharma, what is that one thing? Against Shastras. Knowingly against Shastras, unknowingly against the Shastras. By being a Nastika, by being thinking that is smarter than our rishis, by arrogance, whatever the reason, if somebody disobeys, disrespects the Shastric way of life, they are doing the Adharma. That is the Asura Lakshana. Not emotional, not sentimental. Whether it is health rules, regulations, whether it is traffic rules, whether any of the rules, when we break them, our health is spoiled, our life is disturbed. Is there anything sentimental about it? It is only intellectual feeling, understanding. In the same way, going against Shastra is not a sentimental thing to say that it will harm us. Shastra is nothing but the divine injunctions for a human being to live a beautiful life, outer and inner, and ensuring his spiritual evolution. Naturally, when we don't do that, so instead of spiritual evolution, we are devolving. Instead of living a noble life, we are living ignoble life. Instead of living a prosperous life, we are living a what do you call the life of pauper, other the life of non-prosperity. Instead of living a happy life, we will be living a miserable life. So be very clear about that when it is said papana vividihu is equal to adharma asanga asangena vividuhu. The adharma is the not following of the right code of conduct. Non-spiritually in the worldly activities as well as spiritually. They are asuras. That is the meaning of adharmena. Papmana means adharmena. Second papmana means asangena means, second is asangena. In the two things are there. Okay, one asanga is abhimana. Let us say three things. One, feeling ourselves to be isolated from the totality. Two, developing that abhimana, that this faculty is mine, this ability is mine. I am the exclusive owner of this. Three, misusing that particular faculty. And what is the misusing of that particular faculty or the ability? We are blessed by the Lord. Misusing of it is using it for bhoga. Never forget this. So the asuratva is asusuramante iti asura. That's why you see asuras are always the bhoga pradhana. Asuras always are the abhimana pradhana, and asuras always take themselves to be not only separate from the divinity, they in fact act against divinity. Okay. Now these are the three things. The meaning of papmana vividuhu. 1 plus 2, 2 or 3 or 5 number, whatever it is. Right. Now, Nasikyam Pranam Udgitam Upasita. So the Devata started doing the Nasikya Prana Udgita Upasa. Means Nasikya Prana Grana Drushtya Udgita Upasana. Means what? The inhaling, exhaling as well as the smelling that is happening because of the Udgita, the Omkara. So Omkara itself is doing inhaling, exhaling. Omkara Rupi Paramatma alone is doing that smelling. This is called Upasana. It's only Upasana. Here it is the prana which is inhaling and exhaling, not Mukhya prana, it will come later on. The prana which is inhaling, exhaling by the nostrils, also while doing so smelling. Its level is lifted to Paramatma Tattva. It doesn't mean that the Paramatma Tattva has come to the level of Prana. Throughout any of the Upanishadic studies, keep this point in mind. When the Upasanas are said to be done, it means for us to develop that concentration, for us to develop our attention toward the reality. Upasana never means that the Parabrahma Paramatma, who is Satchidananda Swarupa, who is Sarva Adhisthana, has come down to the level of the Upasya Devata. So, when we say the Udgita Upasana, the Devatas are doing, when we say the Devatas have started doing the Nasikya Prana Udgita Upasana, Nasikya Prana, the inhaling, exhaling, being 24 hours going on, 24 hours the inhaling, exhaling goes on, even when we sleep, even when we are in dream, the inhaling, exhaling goes on. The only thing which goes on happening is 24 hours is inhaling, exhaling. You may say the blood circulation and also the heart beating. They're all life factors, okay. But for us to pay the attention, the inhale exhale is the most powerful. That's why the many people do pranayama, etc. Because it goes on 24 hours. Therefore, we can 24 hours go on doing sadhana if we get mastery over doing sadhana with the base of the inhaling exhaling. So inhaling, exhaling continuously going on. So inhaling, exhaling is by the Udgita Paramatma when that thought is maintained. So the Udgita Paramatma's presence in an exhaling inhaler, 24 hours we can do. Because inhaling, exhaling all the time going on. Just you have to bring your attention to that. See that how important it is, because of which the inhale exhale is given as the first upasana as Udgita. Okay, don't get confused. Udgita upasana nasikya prana means like I am inhaling, exhaling. Then the smelling is happening if something is there specific, more attracting me, my nostrils. That happening. So generally we don't even bother about the inhale exhale. If at all we do, it is only a mechanical process we think. We never bring the divinity aspect into it at all. Bringing that Jyoti Rupa Deva aspect into this inhaling and exhaling is called Upasana. So the all-pervading Parabrahma Paramatma, whose Pratika is Omkara, that Om alone is doing this inhale exhale. So all the time, inhaling, exhaling is going on for physiological maintenance. But as a sadhana, we are continuously in the smruti, in the memory of the Udgita, the Omkara. When we think, when we feel that the Omkara alone is doing, inhale and exhale. And my basic point is what? None of the physiological functions or life can sustain without Parabrahma Tattva. Parabrahma Pratika is Omkara. Before become qualified for Brahma Dhyana, for us to become qualified for Parabrahma Dhyana, is Omkara with all its great explanation, blessing capacity seen, we have taken it as Upasana. Upasana Alamba. One factor is done. Now, second one, when they are doing this Upasana, the Asuras Pranam Udgitam Upasan Chakrire. Then Tadha Asura तेन वयम जिग्रति सुरभिच दुर्गंधिच पापमनाहि एषः विद्धः. What is the asuras hitting the nasikya prana with the papa? Last 2 days we were studying. Today also it. What is said by Shruti Mata? What is that? Krishna Vasudeva. They said, Tena ubhayam jigrati surabhicha durgandhicha. So, one point is what? Along with smelling the surabhi, which is good for the health, good for life, also the durgandha smelt, which is harmful. Ek point to hai. Second is what? That the nostril, because of hit by the asuras with the papa, first adharma, that is, the inhale and exhale and smelling is not happening as per the Shastra. Exhale and smelling is not happening as per the Shastra. Two, Papana means adharma, asanga. These are the two meanings. Na? Adharma is against the Shastric way. What is the meaning of asanga? One is separation from the total. Second is feeling proud about its own abilities. So the nasikya ability of prana, inhaling and exhaling, feeling separate from the total functions of the body, as well as feeling abhimana yukta. Third is most important, that the nostrils start labeling the smells, okay, as good and bad. Then having raga for the good, having dvesha for the bad, then the nostrils run always for the raga atmaka smells. Then also runs away from the dvesha. So it always in a pursuit of running away from those smells which it has dvesha, and always in a pursuit of running towards those smells which it thinks that they are good, towards which it has a raga. What is the loss, Swamiji, if you do this? Oh Lord, means we are lost in only raga, dvesha, prerita, inhaling, exhaling or smelling. We have forgotten Paramatma. About Nasika, what should be there? As per the Shastra, the inhaling, exhaling to be done first. Two, The Nasika is a part of the totality it should feel. Third, it should not feel proud of itself that it can smell, etc. It should feel humble enough that it is able to contribute to the total. Fourth is what? It is not meant to have, not supposed to have the raga and dvesha toward the good or bad smells. है ना? Take the example of Arjuna, you will understand. So what is the Arjuna's adharma? Adharma is doesn't want to fight the dharmika kshatriya yuddha. What is the asanga of Arjuna? First, he thought he is an individual apart from the total Pandava army. Two, he had an abhimana, both abhimanas. That the Duryodhanadi are my Shatrus, that is one abhimana. Bhishma Drona are my reverential people, that is another abhimana. Both of them made Arjuna an egoistic. Third one was he had raga dvesha. Raga towards Bhishma Drona again, dvesha towards the Duryodhana. So if you see that way, Arjuna's personality is hit by the asura with the papa of adharma as well as asanga. Adharma is non-shastric. Asanga is isolation, egoistic, having raga dvesha, and then for one's own bhoga. Fourth one also you add one's own bhoga indulgence. When these five things are there, we are hit by the papa. What are the five things? One, opposite to against Shastras. Two, isolation from the totality. Three, having the arrogance, ego, abhimana. Four, having the specified raga dvesha. Five, living for our own bhoga. These five are the things when we have at any level of our personality layers. कर्मेंद्रियास ज्ञानेन्द्रियास अंतःकरण इसी के ऊपर इसी से हम काम करते हैं ना. In all these 14 faculties, when these five things are acting, that means the asuras have hit us with papa. We have become papa achari, mithyachari, mrushachari. Same shloka we are seeing in Gita also. है ना. कर्मेंद्रियाणि संयम्य यास्ते मनसा स्मरण इंद्रियार्थान विमूढ़ आत्मा मिथ्याचार समुच्यते. We have seen today the positive habit we'll see. Now we have seen all that. Then the devatas went on doing, but were hit by the asuras. They could not successfully do the nasikya prana udgita upasana. So they tried the second one. What is the second one? Ataha chakshuhu udgitam upasan chakrire tadha asuraha papmana vividuhu tasmat tena ubhayam pashyati darshaniyam cha adarsaniyam cha papmanahi etatu viddham. See, second is chakshurudgita upasan chakrire. They started doing the chakshuhu upasana. Chakshuhu as the udgita upasana. What is the job of the chakshu is to see. Therefore, the seeing indriya, the chakshur indriya, rupena, the udgita akhya omkara alone is functioning to see the world. This is upasana. So I am seeing and I am not aware of that I am able to see, and it is the chakshur indriya. Even if at all, I only stop at that level. Now what is brought into our conscious mind as upasana is in the form of seeing this world, or the one who is seeing this world called as the chakshuhu indriya. It is none but Omkara only. It is none but Paramatma only. Because the Paramatma of whom the Omkara is pratika, without him the I can never exist. Without him, the I can never have its consciousness. Without the consciousness at this I's level, the Indriya called as Drushti. Is it possible, Batao? With this knowledge behind, we are doing the Upasana. That Chakshuhu is watching because of Omkara Parama. This ho gaya devatas trying to do the Chakshurindriya Udgita Upasana. Here also same. Tadha asuraha papmana vividuhu. That means to this Chakshurindriya, ability of the eye to watch, also hit by the asuras with the papa. And what is papa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With that, they influence the Chakshurindriya. What is the outcome? That will be told, like in every of the case. Like in the case of the prana, tena surabhicha durgandhicha. The nostrils are able to smell surabhi durgandhi. You know, and also one question is asked, answer is given, or the point is raised by Shankara Bhagavan himself that what's wrong in smelling the sugandha? Nothing wrong. Then why Surabhi Durgandhi both mentioned? Only to tell it as a jodi. So is it not the purpose of saying no? What is the purpose of saying by the Upanishad? Ashwati Mata is uh, only to say that the harmful Durgandha the nose is able to smell because of the asuras. Because the Sugandha when smelled it is not harmful, no? Therefore, though both are spoken, Subharabhi and Durgandhi, the nostrils are smelling because of the asura hitting. Smelling the Sugandha is no problem, that is the nature of the nostril, but smelling the Durgandha is the problem. Therefore, though Shrutimata said Ubhayam Jigrati, in that first portion that the nostril is smelling Sugandha is not harmless. Therefore, the Vivaksha of the Upanishad, when Upanishad says that the Granendriya is hit by the Asura, is only to say that because hit by the Asura, the nostrils are smelling Durgandha and Abhimana, then Ragadvesha, then Bhoga Sakti. Right. Now come to the second Chakshurindriya also. Chakshurindriya Upasana, what devatas are doing, we have seen. We have to do every day that one. Now we are not having time or we are not spending time for practical sadhana. Maybe we can start 10 minutes giving for practically doing this upasana. I, with the hope that after the class you do, I leave it to you the practice. We are not in an ashram to have 1 hour meditational sessions. Isn't it? And to cover the subject more, I keep on talking on. Maybe if the Lord wants, He will give us the idea also of sitting 10 minutes for practice. जब होगा तो करेंगे. Right? Now the second one is what? The Chakshurudgita Upasana when they were doing, then the Asuras have hit by Papa. Here also. Asuras are hit by Papa is equal to the Chakshurindriya is influenced by these two things. One adharma, second is asanga. Adharma is Chakshurindriya is not functioning as told by Shastra. And of seeing what, not seeing what. Adharma. Asanga means what? The four things. One, Chakshurindriya felt it is to be separate from the total faculties. Two, it developed the abhimana that I am the only one who can see, not the ears, not the nose, nor the mouth, they cannot see. That abhimana. Third one is what? The Chakshurindriya developing the ragadvesha. That I love to see this, I hate to see this. The fourth one is ki Chakshurindriya is misused for the bhoga. Asura means asusuravate. Now, from this standpoint, like we saw for the Granendriya, for the Chakshurindriya also, what it should have done 5 times, 5 things. When it is done, then it is said to be not affected by the asuras. When it is not done or opposite done, then asuras have attacked it with the papa. What are done? Chakshu should see as per the Shastras. Okay? Though the Shastras give various techniques, various usages of the Indriyas, their abilities, their limitations, conserving their capacity, etc. Second, the adharma explained. Not adharma, it should have dharma. Second, the Chakshurindriya should not have asanga. What is it? The Chakshurindriya should not feel itself to be separated, isolated entity. It's a part of total. The feeling I am part of total. One eliminates our isolation, etc. Two gives us that positive confidence that we have the total behind me to help me. Part of total is a great joy to be discovered. It is not an isolated. Second, Indriya I should not feel proud that it can see. It is a divine power that in all the living beings almost the Paramatma has given the Chakshur Indriya. I am also given. So that Chakshur Indriya should not feel extra arrogance. Third one, with the eyes, we should not have the biasness of the raga or dvesha. By saying that this I like to see, the other I don't like to see. And the whole life is lost in raga dvesha, right? Last but not the least, most important is what? The eyes are able to see. Yes, that seeing should not be for bhoga. Then seeing should be for what? Yoga only. What when I open the eye, when I see the world unpolluted by human being, the world, the nature of the trees and the mountains, the rivers, forests, all the raining, sunrise, sunset. When the eye is able to see them, even the things and beings of every one of them is nothing but Paramatma. Paramatma appearing in the form of names and forms. Paramatma expressing as Chakshurindriya. So Paramatma alone is seeing everything himself. To have that sadhana, the eye got the ability to see. Not doing all this five is called doing adharma and asanga. That is because we are hit by the papa. Who is the one who has hit us with the papa? The asura. What is asura? Indriya pravrutti only. Indriya vritti itself is asura. So we got a wrong habit of it. We have to change it to positive. Done? So we have done the Chakshurudgita Upasan Chakrire. Same way is the fifth one sloka, the Shrotra Udgita Upasana. Now before that, a minute, not even that. I'll only give a hint, the remaining is your own contemplation. That with the nostrils, yes, to some extent, by smelling the bad things, we may trouble our. Isn't it? When we see the ashastriya things, when we see the things which we like, because on the basis of likes, when we see the things as a bhoga pravritti, imagine how many of the vasanas, how many of the impressions, how happening in our inner personality, how much of the disturbance happening at the mind level, how much of restlessness happens when what I want to see I cannot see. You know, anything it can be. I want to see that person. That person has not come. See the amount of agitation inside. Because of the habit in the Chakshur Indriya that it likes to see something for its bhoga. Imagine, which is very tough even to imagine. Imagine that in that way, I am not having raga dvesha to any of the forms, nor I have any bhoga buddhi to any of the forms. Will the world of names and forms and the I become a liability to us as it is today? You understood? That's what is the meaning of hit by the asura, therefore derailing from the path of evolution into the path of destruction. Done? Now let us go to the third one, the Shrotrendriya Upasana. Let's chant the mantra twice. Om Ataha Shrotramudgitam Upasan Chakrire Tadha Asuraha Papmana Vividuho Tasmat Tena Ubhayam Shrunoti Shravaniyam Cha Papmana Hi Etat Vidham. Again, Ataha Shrotramuddgitam Upasan Chakrire Tadha Asuraha Papmana Vividuho Tasmat Tena Ubhayam Shrunoti Shravaniyam Cha Papmana Hi Etat Vidham. Say. So I need not explain so exhaustively. You got the idea. That see Devatas, by doing the Omkara Upasana, want to become powerful enough to defeat the Asuras. Now, in the third thing, they have taken up the Shrotrendriya Udgita Upasana. Shrotram Udgitam Upasahan Chakrire. Same. What is the ability of the Shrotra Indriya? Shrotra Indriya is not these physical ears. Chakshur Indriya is not these eyes. They belong to the gross body. Within them, beyond them, that ability to see and listen is called Indriya, which the doctor's physical cannot see. They only function at the nerves level or physiological level only. And that's why some people who have the eye looking to be better at the physical level, but they don't have the chakshur indriya, they cannot see. The ophthalmic operation of eye transplantation cannot be done for that person. Those who have the indriya chakshur indriya well, but the outer eye is not working. To them, by eye transplantation, he is able to see. That's right. Don't think that everybody in this world who are blind can be given the drushti by transplanting the eye. ऐसा होता तो अभी तक हो जाता है. Not even one blind should be there because thousands are dying every day. You take the eye and put it. Everybody cannot. That blind son should have the indriya. I am trying to tell about the indriya to be subtler, non-physical, other than the gross eye, cannot be or not traced by the doctors. It is little subtler. Understood? Now the Shrotrendriya's job is Shravanam. So therefore, we keep on listening, don't even care about that this ability to listening is there, so divine it is. So wonderful it is. Because of which, how many musics we are listening, how many sounds we are listening, how many entertainments and joys we are having with the ears. Just imagine Khan hai nahi. One whole world of sounds disappears from our cognition. Like the above one, once the eyes are gone, the whole world of colors and shapes and forms, whole world goes away from our cognition, isn't it? See the beauty of each of the indriya given by the Lord. How we are allowing them to be overpowered by the asuras by our carelessness. Here devatas are trying their best through the Udgita Upasana, avoiding the asuras to trouble them. Okay. Now here also the devatas doing the Chakshur Udgita Upasan Chakrire. So the ears are listening. Generally our attention is on what we listen. But the devatas are attending to the faculty of listening itself. And then they are saying that this listening is done by the ears because of the presence of the Omkara Parabrahma Paramatma. Secondly, Omkara Parabrahma Paramatma only expressing as the ears or the listening capacity of the ears. Shrotrendra. Again, remember, doesn't mean that Parabrahma is become the Shrotrendriya and lost his Parabrahma sthiti. No. Here our attention is not to bring down Paramatma to the ears level, rather lifting our attention through the ears ability of listening to the Paramatma. That's called upasana. है ना? हायर को लोअर में खींचना उपासना नहीं है. लोअर को हायर में निकृष्ट वस्तुनि उत्कृष्ट भावना is upasana. We don't, in this ideal, when you see a Lord's vigraha made with stone, we are not bringing Bhagavan to the stone level. We are lifting our drushti from the stone level to Bhagavan because we are easy, it is easy and we are familiar with seeing the stone easily. Open eyes, you see that. It is easy, natural for us to see the gross. So that's why that stone is taken as the alambana or remember our Vishnu or Shiva or Ganapati, etc. Later on, the alambana is not required because we have reached it to a level of, in the mind itself, having the bhavana of Paramatma. Thereafter, that particular murti is not required. Every murti is that Lord only. Like if I am the Shiva Bhakta, so I have seen the Lord Shiva in Shivalinga. I have developed that drushti in me that in this form Shiva is. Once the drushti has come to me, then every form is Shivalinga, Every Shivalinga form is my Ishtadevata Shiva or Rama or Krishna. Isn't it? We have to lift our drushti from seeing the world of name and form to the Paramatma. So, Chakshurindriya Udgita Upasana, when they were doing in this way, that the eye is able to see, Shrotrindriya, that the ears are able to listen, because of the Udgita, their attention is more on the Omkar, like the children. No, they feel so important to themselves. They look throughout the life they think. But if at all they have little of dimag, little of egolessness, little of selflessness, and they can, if they think, they understand that their life itself is because of parents, that they gave birth. And when he was born like a squirrel chota with all nonsense doing, instead of throwing this fellow into a dustbin, they went on cleaning him every day for all the nonsense done by him. And he is fed with and is loved with so much care. Every time he got a disease, he is taken to the hospital. If this Gadha young child understands all this done by the mother or my father, will he not develop that respect and reverence towards them? That's called upas. I am existing because of my parents. Is parents upas? Same way, all my faculties are existing because of Paramatma. Is called as Paramatma Upasana. That is what the Devatas are doing. So we have come up to the ears level. So when the Shotrendriya Udgita Upasana, they were doing again here also, the Asuras came and they hit the Shrotrendriya with the Papa. So, who are the Asuras? What is the meaning of hit by them with the Papa, the Narayana, the Shotrendriya, and what is its consequence? These are the three things. So, who are the Asuraha? Swabhavika Tamo Atmana. Then what is the other word used there? Swabhavika Tama Atmana. Then what is this Indriya? The Shrotrendriya, Jyoti Rupam, Shrotra Indriyam Devam. The pure consciousness itself is there expressing as the audibility or the ability to listen or Shrotrendriya. Is it clear? That way, when they were doing Upasana, the Asuras came and hit with Papa. Now, what is the meaning of hit with the Papa? One is Adharma and second is Asanga. The word adharma, with the adharma, the Shrotrendriya hit by the Asura means what? The ears are not respecting the Shastric way of listening. It can be anything. One is what? Too much sounds listening, overuse of the ears, the ear gets damaged. And these other things should not be heard, etc. The Shastra says. Not at all caring that aspect is other. What is the meaning of Asanga? Both of these are Papa. Asuras have used the weapon of Papa to hit the Indriya. Asuras are Swabhavika Tamo Atmana. So weapon of Papa has got two things. One Adharma, second is Asanga. In that Adharma means against the Shastra. Asanga means four things. One, isolation. Two, arrogance. Three, likes, dislikes. Four, for the sake of bhoga. The world and life is not for bhoga. We are not here to have the indulgence. The entertainment in the world the Lord has kept only for keeping us alive and inspired, not to get lost in that. Like a big function is happening. Beautiful decorations are done. So the huge decorations are done not to get lost in that. It's only a welcoming aspect. After that, what is the main function inside? You have to attend to that. Even in the function also, so many things happen. All of them are mental preparations. But the final goal is a particular thing there. Like if it's a shadi or the naming ceremony, etc. The purpose of our going to that is to bless those couple and to bless that child. That's the main purpose. We go. not to make friends with others, not to appreciate each other, not only for having the food because pocket mein mil raha hai. These are all only attractions. Main purpose is to bless that couple. So to a graha pravesha, the main purpose is to bless them, to pray for them that they stay safe, healthy, happy, prospering, spiritually growing in this house. For that purpose, that is done there. In the same way, the indriyas are given only for realizing Paramatma, not for bhoga. But indriyas are able to perceive the world. The perception is giving some type of joy. That is not to get lost in them. Can we at least appreciate this thought intellectually? Then respect that thought. When we do so, we are no more bhogi. Then we realize the importance of being a yogi, becoming a yogi. Miraculously, you would have well 70, 80 years, still we want to watch TV and enjoy. Still we want to listen music and enjoy. Has to be directed towards the divinity, utilized for realizing the divine. Only for eating the food. Arre, this is not, this immaturity. Nobody taught you Upanishads. You never studied, even though people are there to teach. That whole life itself is meant for realizing the self. All faculties are given for that. All abilities are given for the world. For that, the entire world in front of us is not to get lost in it. The individuality given to us is not to get lost in the individuality. The faculties are not given for us to get lost in them, nor the all of them are catch this point, and we don't accept it because the bhogi in us, the asura in us doesn't allow us to even think about it. Like in those days of bonded labor, even that laborer cannot go for having a glass of water or even for washroom on his choice, on his wish, because he's bound. Bound laborer was ordered. In us, the Asura Shakti is also ordering us so much strongly. Shut up. Never go towards human totality. Our heart lose heart. Isn't it? It is our heart lose heart when life personality loses all its disciplines. When life personality loses all its disciplines, the goal orientations, etc. Isn't it? अभी बताया हमने इतने ओल्ड हो गए फिर भी अभी डेली पुराने भी भूले बिसरे गीत सुनता और मुझे बता रहा do you think I'll appreciate or what? I'll appreciate when you say every day I'm listening to Vishnu Sahasranama, Upanishads, chantings, all those mantras. That if you say I'll appreciate, others may appreciate you. अच्छा भूले बिसरे कौन से नगमे सुनते हो? दर्द भरे नगमे या प्यार वाले नगमे? गधे दोनों बात करें. Both of them want to destroy their human life only by getting addicted to the listening with the ears only for bhoga. They're lost in that asura is functioning through them. Is it? And asura destroys, we get destroyed. And in spirituality, destruction is what? Without realizing Paramatma or without trying to realize Paramatma, anything we do and die, it is destruction. Like in the Gargi, Yagnavalkya Maitreyi Samvada, the Yagnavalkya ji, Spashta Rupena he says in Murudharanyaka, having come as human being, if somebody doesn't realize Brahman or try for that, he is Krupanaha, he is destroyed his life. How important this thought, but how much we neglect it. Salient important things of life, we just neglect. That is the height of our arrogance and negligence and carelessness about our own life. By destroying ourselves, we are not doing anything bad to the world. The world has its own ability to crush us and throw us away. The world doesn't spare us. It is not afraid of us. तो हम कितना किस खेती के मूल है बताओ हम अपने आप को destroy. Okay, so because this way hit by the asura with the papa, what is papa? Adharma and asanga. Adharma is against Shastriya. Shastra and asanga means the isolation, the arrogance, the bhoga pravrit, the raga dvesha, and the ears are meant only for bhoga. When these four have come, Asura has fully hit our Shotrendriya with the papa. That's why Tena Ubhayam Srunoti Shravaniyam cha Ashravaniyam cha. And in our language, Shravaniya, worthy of listening is only Paramatma, Nirguna and Saguna. Everything else is Ashravaniya. Therefore, because hit by the Asuras, we are going on listening to the Ashravaniya only. If you imagine that way, 80-90% मैं तो कम से कम कह रहा हूँ, अब all our faculties are doing only those which are not supposed to be done. That means that much we are affected by the Asura in us. The whole body is paining and so many of the pus formation, etc. done. What is meaning? That so much of the infection happened in us. So the Asura infection happened in us because the whole individuality is separate from total, and I am special because of this or that capacity, and I have these likes and dislikes, and I enjoy my life. My bhog. This is Asura. Now the Mana Indriya, tomorrow we see, thereafter Mukhya Prana will come. Let the subject be clearly understood, at least for me. You are all Mahatmas, I know, but मुझे अपना ठीक समझना है ना. It's a very useful knowledge. It is helpful for our daily awareness throughout the day, starting with a half an hour, 20 minutes meditation. एक जगह बैठकर 15-10 मिनट करने का प्रैक्टिस करो, फिर दिन भर करते रहना. ऑब्जर्व करते रहना कि आर माय इंद्रियास एक्टिंग एज पर द दैवीय शक्ति और एक्टिंग एज पर आसुरी शक्ति, देखते जाना. Then change from asura to daiva. That is the upasana. But you are successful for some time. Many a time you are failure because the asuras become powerful occasionally or often. What to do, sir? Then we are coming to that point of Mukhya Prana Upasana. It's fantastic. That will take 3 or 4 days to exhaustively study till we understand. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shrutimatre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Now Gita after some half an hour.